What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about physical, paper, and digital assets, compare them, and share my opinion on which is the safest and most secure from my perspective. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. Link will be in the description. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today, I was scrolling through Instagram. That's right, I created an Instagram page for this YouTube channel. It's also linked in the description. But while scrolling, I came across a picture with a caption, and it was comparing and contrasting physical assets to paper assets to digital assets. By physical assets, I'm referring to silver, gold, real estate. By paper assets, I'm referring to fiat currency, dollar bills. And by digital assets, they were referring to cryptocurrency. And it was a pretty interesting post. I did not agree with it entirely. There were parts of it that I agreed with and parts of it that I disagreed with. And I thought that it made for a pretty interesting conversation, and I thought that it warranted a video. And everything that I say in this video, yeah, I like to talk about facts, but I also share my opinion. So if you are unable to handle opinions, I would turn back now. So first and foremost, I want to talk about physical assets. Now, we all know what the pros are. If you do not know what the pros are, watch pretty much any video on my channel. It's true money, silver, gold, go back to biblical times. They are worldwide recognized forms of payment. Real estate isn't necessarily a form of payment, but it's another example of a hard asset that really isn't going anywhere because people are always going to need a roof over their head. But that's what I'm referring to when I say hard assets or physical assets. Now, we all know that they have real, true, intrinsic value, and we all know that they are important, they are of substance, they are required, they are needed, and they will always be here. The con, according to the post, was that theoretically they could be confiscated, whether it's through an executive order, whether it's through theft or something else. That was the downside. That was the only downside that the post shared or showcased or expressed. And I would agree, technically, potentially, theoretically, could be confiscated. But the post did not share any other downsides. I personally sat here for about an hour and a half. I was not able to think of any other downsides. So, moving on over to the paper asset. The dollar bill, the fiat currency, glorified government IOU dollar. Paper assets. Now, one could argue that paper assets are more of a liability than an asset due to the fact that they are currency, and over time they don't directly take money out of your pockets, but they cause the currency in your pockets to reduce in value, if that makes sense. Now, obviously, what the pro is when it comes to fiat, when it comes to currency, when it comes to the dollar bill, it's a tool. Is it money? In my opinion, no. It's a tool. It's a very helpful, useful tool, and it can do incredible things. It can take you wherever you want to go. It can get you whatever it is that you want to get. It can do almost anything. It's used all over. It's used for absolutely everything. It's the system we were handed. It's the system we were given. However, due to inflation, due to a lot of things, due to economic hardships and things that are completely and totally out of and beyond our control, it becomes devalued. Every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every month of every year, the dollar bill slowly but surely loses its purchasing power. So yes, it is a very useful tool, but at the same time, beyond our control, it becomes weaker and weaker and weaker, seemingly standing on its last leg. And I don't want to sit here and say that it's going to be a complete and total collapse of the US dollar or that it's going to dwindle away entirely. All I'm saying is it's beyond our control, and similar to physical assets, the dollar bill could technically be confiscated as well. Whether it's through an executive order, whether it's through theft, or some other mean of confiscation, it could be taken away from you. So that's two big cons right there, while the physical asset, I was only able to come up with one con. Now moving away from the physical asset, let's talk about the digital asset, the cryptocurrency. Full disclaimer here, I'm not a crypto enthusiast. I do not believe in, nor do I have faith in cryptocurrency. However, I do respect it as a form of diversification, so I'm not hating on it entirely. The pro to cryptocurrency, according to a lot of crypto enthusiasts, I've been told, and I've heard, and I've read that it's completely and totally decentralized, it's completely and totally unregulated, it's moving your money around in secrecy, it's discreet, it's subtle, it's quiet, doesn't make noise, completely off the charts, completely off the radar. That's what a lot of people say. However, that's not necessarily the case, due to the fact that every time you transfer money from your bank to whatever platform or wallet or whatever it is that you're using to acquire this cryptocurrency, it's tracked, it's monitored, it's logged, it's recorded. So they know that you're buying it, they know that you're putting your dollars into it, they know that it's in your possession, and if it goes up in value and you sell, you're taxed, capital gains. So it's not completely and totally a secret like some people think it might be or try to claim that it is. That's really not the case. And in addition to that, it's 100% digital, cyber, techie, whatever you want to call it. And unfortunately, due to the world that we live in, online is really not the safest place to be, in my opinion. Far more accounts get hacked into than houses get broken into. So statistically speaking, you're way more likely to get hacked and have your money stolen out of an account than you are to have your house broken into and have your dollar bills or your silver and gold being physically taken away from you. So, not to mention that if you go on the Department of Homeland Security's website, you'll actually see and be able to read how they are preparing for a potential attack on the power grid. If our power grid is attacked, if we lose access to the internet, if we lose access to everything that we have online, there goes all of your digital fiat, which in my opinion, that's what cryptocurrency is. Like I said, I respect it as a form of diversification. I would probably say that it stands a better chance than the dollar bill does long term, but I think crypto is more of a short term thing. I'm not against it entirely, it's just not really for me. I think that if somebody wants to gamble with it or experiment with it and maybe take some of those gains and put them into a physical asset, in my opinion, I don't see anything inherently wrong with that. But expecting this stuff to last decades into the future, I truly, genuinely, honestly, wholeheartedly do not believe that's going to be the case. I do not believe in it like that. But now that I've run through all three, I just want to put this out there. When it comes to paper assets, there's absolutely nothing you can do if it gets devalued. When it comes to digital assets, there's absolutely nothing you can do if you get hacked or if you lose access to the internet. But when it comes to physical assets, and if somebody wanted to attempt to confiscate it, you might not win, but at the very, very least, you'll be able to put up a fight. You may or may not agree with me. You may or may not disagree with me. I'm not here making videos just so people head on down to the comments and say, hey, I agree with you. I am making videos for people to click the like or the dislike button, though. I'd appreciate that. Both the thumbs up and the thumbs down do the same exact thing. They feed the video to the algorithm, so I would appreciate if everybody watching right now can do me a favor and pick a thumb and click a thumb. Thank you in advance. But I'm not here for people to agree with me. I'm not here for people to say, oh yeah, you're 100% right 100% of the time. No, that's absolutely not the case. I am here to pique interest and initiate conversation. So I'm curious, everybody watching this right now, what are your thoughts? What do you think the safest, most secure asset is? Is it a physical asset, the silver, the gold, the real estate? Is it the paper assets, the dollar bill, due to the fact that it is a tool? It's the system that we were handed. It's the system that we are just in. It's the game we were forced to play. Makes the most sense in a lot of cases. Or is it the digital fiat, the quote-unquote decentralized, unregulated, online digital fiat that does potentially have the opportunity to go up in price by the hundreds or thousands of dollars, as we've seen. It's happened before. Why does it happen? I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. It's 100% supply and demand as far as I'm concerned, but I don't know why there's any supply and demand when it's online and it doesn't really technically exist as far as I know. So how do you run out of a supply of something that isn't even physically, tangibly there? I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. I don't care if you agree with me. I don't care if you disagree with me, but let me know in the comments, one way or the other. Whether you're on board with what I said, whether you're completely and totally against what I said, or whether you're kind of somewhere in the middle, doesn't matter to me, but let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts? What is your opinion on which asset is the safest, most secure for the long term? And if I forgot to mention any pros or any cons, you're more than welcome to head on down to the comments and add on to everything that I shared in today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. Link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 1,000 subscribers, so help us out. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, and many of which are actually raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on everything that I shared in today's video? Are there any of these assets that you are more so for than against? Is there a favorite of the three that I mentioned, the physical, the paper, or the digital assets? Do you have a preference? Do you go for all three of them for completely different reasons? Do you avoid one altogether and are completely and totally in favor of only one or maybe two of the three? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And once again, if you have any additional add-ons for pros and cons, feel free to include them in your comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.